Hey everybody. I had a food for thought I wanted to share with you after my, experience being in the hospital, having heart issues. Um, I do a lot of talk about, how these systems really are designed against us. And I haven't seen anything to the contrary of that. But I did get a reminder and I felt that I should share it is just because somebody is part of a system that is failing us as a society does not inherently make that person bad for it. Because remember, many of us are programmed to think that this system is supposed to work, and clearly it's not. Like, clearly it is not. It is telling on itself. Um, but yeah, I talk about how, the medical field, but I also used to be an EMT. So I know there are people in there with good hearts, and they do believe in what they do. And I don't want to take away from that. Um, these people that spend a lot of time in their life learning this education to help others, I think that's very noble, and I don't want to see mistrust in these professionals. Same thing. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one. Trust me, I have my reasons too. Like law enforcement, like a lot of people automatically do not. That is one of the biggest corrupted systems that I have seen in a long time. Like that one goes really deep. But I've had a lot of run ins with law enforcement in my life, and I can count on one hand how many were genuine bad apples and shouldn't have been in the job. And all the rest, I look, these guys, they're people that are doing a job, and unfortunately, sometimes we make poor choices that make them have to do their job. And you got to own up to that. You know, at the end of the day, own up to the mistake, and that can go from anything from like, a serious law break to just getting pulled over for driving erratic. They wouldn't have to do their job if you didn't do something to make them. Trust me, they don't want to mess with you either. Think about the age we live in. They all got the body cams. They really do want to leave you alone. Don't make them get involved. And then if they do, and you see they're the shady type, I promise you, it is in your best interest. Again, they have the body cams now. Ride with it. It sucks, but they can't push a boundary too far. And if they do, you own them in court. So when I stand up and I say these systems need to crumble, I mean, I want to take a childish approach. And I'm dead serious. Um, Flip the table over. Quit playing the game. The game's rigged. We're never meant to win. You just don't play. You don't have to go crazy. Think about it. What would happen if one day everybody in the country just called out, said, I'm not going to work. I'm tired of killing myself, literally, and not even being able to live based on it. Like before, at least, if you were working two jobs, you were moving up in the world. You were going somewhere. Now there's people working two and three jobs that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's ridiculous. It should not be this way. Same thing with the health system. Tell me why it costs so much less for healthcare everywhere else but here. I don't get it. I've yet to hear justification for all of this. Why do we have homeless veterans in the streets, and they're, rather than trying to focus on housing solutions or help for these people, I mean, it's not like they came back and they're like, they did their job. Whether, and here's the other thing, a lot of you younger people, get on the Vietnam vets. They Some of them didn't have a choice. They were drafted. And even if they did join voluntarily, it was because it was the thing to do at the time. That was how you secured a future. You were in the military. They didn't believe in that war over there. I've talked to plenty of vets. They didn't want to be there. But they did it. They did their duty. And I don't think anything should be taken from that. A lot of us aren't proud of things that we did in our past. You learn from it, you grow, you move on. But these people came back with serious, debilitating, lasting effects, either mentally or physically, in most cases, both. And this is how our country repays that. And then they go and they make these benches that people can't sleep with. Like, they're not even begging, take care of it. Just let me take care of it on my own. And they're not even allowed to do that. And it's ridiculous. Why are their kids going hungry at school because they can't pay a lunch bill? Listen, if they are required by law to be placed in school, that meal should be provided. No ifs, ands, or buts. They are children. They are not of a working age, and they should not have to pay a price if their parents can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm getting slammed with phone calls, and most of it's spam. It's not even people checking on me. Anyway. So, fight the system, but don't fight each other. That's the moral of the story. That's what all this rambling is about. Fight the system. Quit fighting with each other. We got to do what we got to do and make sure everybody survives. Everybody has what they need. And I don't want to hear that bullcrap of, I'm not providing for this one if they can't provide for the... No. Everybody can provide. And so even the ones that are deeply disabled, they provide something. If nothing else, then that they give somebody else a purpose because they'll need a caretaker. And I know that sounds cold, but I mean, I'm trying to appeal to these people. Like, I need you guys to realize it is so much better when we work together. Everybody has been trained to be this whole separate-mindedness, and it's literally destroying us as a species. We got to get out of it. Just because someone dresses a certain way, has a certain skin color, has a certain gender, or claims a certain gender. Let's not even get into that debate because I'm not here for that. We gotta quit fighting amongst ourselves. But we gotta quit playing this rigged game. We gotta tell them we see the scales are tipped ridiculously in your favor. And I'm not doing it. If I have to bust my back working, I would rather do it on some farmland, generating food to take care of me and my family, and any friend that wants to help pitch in is more than welcome. I'd rather do it that way than killing myself and have nothing of my own to show for it. I mean, think about that. Why do you think so many people are depressed? Because we realize, we pour our heart and soul into our work. Some of us, that are still from the old ways and have that mentality. I'm not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent, FYI. I'm not trying to set people against, but some people have that mentality. And I need you people to, realize, look around you. Look at your friends and neighbors. It's not like it used to be. There's no loyalty in work, Everyone wants to call this younger generation lazy. No, they're smart. They said, no, this ain't working, and I ain't going to do it that way. I wish they would take the next step and do what I'm saying, stand up, make a difference, be the change. Yes, I agree. Don't get that stupid corporate job that's going to lead nowhere and have a boot on your neck your whole life. But go do something about it. Start learning the site. Learn agriculture. Don't do all this. Listen. I understand that you want to make the world a better place, and there's this whole social justice war going on. But again, I say, fighting with each other is not the answer. And I am 98% sure that if we can fix this system, a lot of the other stuff will be a lot easier to deal with. Because it will involve a lot less finger pointing because of the stresses that this current system creates. Please trust me on this. I'm not saying we're not focusing on real problems, because we are. The problem is we're focusing on the wrong ones in the wrong order. We have to make the playing level fair for everybody first. First and foremost. That is the most important thing. Anyway, that's my food for thought for the day. Chew on it. See you later.